Well, I probably should have planned this out better. I don't know what I do. Oh, there it is. Well, oh, it's cold. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. So, oh, why y'all tell my face was so oily? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's really oily. That's how you know it's late. You have oily skin. Your face tells on you. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so I actually hopped on here because I saw a couple of I also don't know why I still have all these clothes on either. But I wanted to hop on here because I saw a couple posts that kind of were like a little bit weird where we were talking about or the posts were about obviously it's teacher stuff, but about teachers with tattoos and teachers in social media and or teachers even having a social media, and then other teachers like going to those teachers don't mind my nails because again y'all know these press on nails is not my thing, but those teachers that have social media like having their accounts reported to their administrators or like their district leaders, even though like those people may already know about this person's account. I'm not going to name no names. I'm just going to say we all know who they are. Teachers with piercings. I really just kind of feel like I want to just throw this idea out there. And I talk about this all the time. I really like for real because it's one of those things that like y'all ever have a thing that just like really irks your nerves. Like this is the thing that really irks my nerves is we as a society, we have like these levels that we hold people accountable for. And so this is like the normal level right here. And then we're like, everybody can be on this level. It's not a problem. And then as soon as we say, oh, this person wants to be a teacher, all of a sudden our standards are up here and we hold them to the like crazy, ridiculous, super stringent standards. And then we're like, oh, this person can't be human. And I just want us to really stop doing that because that is one of the reasons that teachers keep walking out of those classrooms because we are tired. I know, at least for me, I can't tell you the number of times that I actually had to go to my admin's office about content that I made on TikTok and then for them to be like, there's really not a problem. It's just such a waste of my time. It's a waste of their time. It's a waste of resources. Like, why? And to see that we are now in 2024 and this is still a thing, y'all get over it. Like, I really just feel like people that aren't in classrooms, if you're not a teacher and you're like flipping out, no, but I think what's worse, like, let me back up and say, what is worse is people who are teachers who are doing this. Like, if you're jealous because you're not a good content creator, just say that. If you're jealous because you couldn't secure a bag this way and you had to go work at DoorDash, just say that. If you're jealous because people like other teachers better than they like you, just say that. Like, because I'm not in the classroom no more. So I'm going to say the things that I feel like my fellow teachers who are doing what they got to do want to say to you. They tired of your bullcrap. Just get over yourself. Like, I'm just so tired. The number of like messages I get in my inbox about other teachers and their BS and their hating ass ways is ridiculous. Like, people feel really comfortable sending me their questions and comments and concerns, and people send me y'all's hateful content. Like, I just want y'all to know that. Like, my inbox is steadily flooded. Like, I wake up every day to at least 10, 20 messages about some hating ass teacher who went to another teacher's page and was like, do you see what they posted? This blasphemous stuff they posted, this, they posted that. Or a teacher wanted me to like comment on some content. Like, if people like teachers send me their content to look at their content, I will definitely look at it because I'm here to support another teacher. But you telling me like, do you see what they posted? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And the reason I don't care is not because I don't love the kids, because I do. Again, we're ignoring my fingernails because press on nails, I really can see quickly that I would be going back to get my nails done because this is not my life. But like, there are teachers that people have run off of social media. I'm not one because I'm not one to care that much. Like, you're not going to run me off. But, and I know there's a few other teachers that y'all not going to be able to run off. But the fact that y'all are literally writing dissertations because the teacher has a tattoo Like the Twitter post about the teacher that had a tattoo on her ankle, and you could happen to see it because she had on pants and the tattoo was like literally on her ankle. If your focus is on this lady's ankle and you sitting in her math class, tell me you're not paying attention without telling me you're not paying attention. Tell me you focus on the wrong thing without telling me you focus on the wrong thing. Make it make sense. Also, why do you have a picture of your teacher's ankle, but you don't have a picture of your class notes? Make it make sense. Why are you concerned about the fact that the teacher has a tattoo on her ankle? She's 47. She probably got it when she was 18. We all have a past. Make it make sense. Like, these are things that I really think that y'all just need to get over. And I still am baffled by this being real questions. Like, why do y'all care so much? Like, things you shouldn't care about when it comes to your teacher. If your teacher is on social media minding their good own business and not bothering nobody, you shouldn't care. If your teacher is on social media making content that's helping other teachers or just venting for the day, but it's not incriminating you or identifying you as an individual or anyone else, you shouldn't care. If your teacher is on social media talking about their business and they're not even talking about anything teacher related, mind your business and shut up. If your teacher is on social media and they have a piercing, shut the hell up and stop complaining. If your teacher drives an old beat up car, that's not your business. If your teacher is in a relationship with another teacher and it's not your business, and those two teachers are both adults consenting and are not causing any issues in the workplace, that is not your business, as long as they're single and not cheating on each other. Okay? Your teacher's dating life is not your business. Honestly, your teacher's OnlyFans is not your business, and I really want to know why you know about it. If your teacher wants to go on vacation and feels like they should be able to put their body in a bikini, that is not your business. And also, why do you have pictures about that? Why are y'all researching y'all teachers on the internet? Why? This is the thing. If I put on a bikini, first of all, let me tell you something. I spend $175 a month for a personal trainer. Okay, let me just be clear. I pay a personal trainer. I am going to the gym. I'm telling you right now, let the sun come out and the temperature hit 80 degrees. I might be butt naked around this camp, okay? And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. If I work this hard in this body, somebody gonna look at it, okay? And I do not care. As long as I'm not out here, breaking the law, I really don't feel like y'all should have anything to say. Let me do what I do. That's all I'm saying. I'm just so tired. Like, I know I have attitude today. I know I do. But I just feel like it's crazy because, like, I have seen stuff like people seeing their teacher at the Walmart or like at a grocery store, and then people taking pictures of what the teacher is buying in their cart. Like, they got, personal care products, right? Like, I saw a picture where a teacher was walking down the aisle in the Walmart and they had adult diapers in their buggy, and somebody took a picture of the teacher in the buggy and posted it, and basically was like making fun of the teacher for wearing diapers. Was like, oh my god, my teacher wears diapers because the teacher was older. But in reality, what they didn't know was when that teacher was leaving from school every day, they were taking care of their elderly parents. So all this going around and you're creating this narrative and basically bullying now this teacher, you don't even know what's going on. So now the teacher, are they obligated to tell you that they have a whole life outside of that classroom and that school building? No, it's not your business. But now you're trying to force them to make it their business. I just feel like, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to speak. That's what I am. Like, I have seen my kids' teachers. Like, when I was a teacher, I saw my kids' teachers. And even still, like, when I see other people that are teachers, I wave. Hey, girl, how you doing? Hey, man, what's up? And I keep it trucking. I don't care. I have been in restaurants having glasses of wine and stuff like that and had students to walk up to me like, oh, hey, Miss Rose. Hey. Continue to sit because I'm not at school. I am not in my contract hours, and I'm grown. Like, I'm so past 21, it's ridiculous. I'm gonna have a drink because y'all made me sick the whole day. I wanted to get rid of y'all asses, and now I did, and I'm about to have a drink to celebrate. Leave me alone. Yes, it's so ridiculous. That's why I say, like, people have these like, this is my perspective. No, like, it's really like, people don't let me tell you something. One of the main reasons why I left the education profession the way that I did was because you don't get a private life. As a teacher, you are basically the most underpaid celebrity in the world because everything you do is ridiculed. Everything you do is looked at and scrutinized to the point that you can't move, you can't breathe. Like, I have known teachers who were like, I want to go have a drink. I will drive to a town that's 3 blocks or 3 towns over to go to a bar to have a drink or go to a restaurant to have a drink. Or they will send other people to the liquor store for them to go grab a bottle of wine or whatever they want to have and then be at their house. They won't do social media. They won't go on vacation and take pictures. Like, literally, they shut down their private life. They won't have certain types of businesses. They don't want they don't want their image to be anything other than teacher. And so what happens is now you create this narrative, this is why I find it troubling, is you create a narrative that all you are is a teacher. And so then what happens is people treat you like all you are as a teacher. And that's why I keep saying teaching is a profession. It is literally just a job. Treat it like that. But the problem is society as a whole does not treat it like that. Like, even on the podcast, this is something that we talk about all the time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm also one of the co-hosts of The Real Teachers of Atlanta. We have a podcast that's on YouTube and also on TikTok. But these, yes, the kids talk. So I taught elementary school before I went to middle school. And one of the things that I ran into, and I taught 3rd grade and then I went to 6th grade, which is pretty much like the same thing. And it's weird. But actually I had students that legitimately thought, like I'm not even kidding. They thought that I lived at school. They thought that their teachers all lived at school. They had not. I had students who had never encountered any of their teachers outside of school. So there was a real belief that teachers sleep at the school, live at the school, eat at the school, and only know teachers. And I was like, you're 12. Why do you, you shouldn't believe this at 12 anymore. But they did. Because I would say things like, I'm going home. And they were like, well, what do you mean you're going? I'm going to my house where my husband and my kids live, where I pay bills at. And they didn't understand that. They really thought, they was like, no, ma'am. What you talking about? You stay at school? No. I have an address. I have a car outside, and I'm gonna get in this car and I'm gonna drive to my house. Like, they really was like, I don't understand. And I've had students who appreciated that I was a person outside of school. So I've had students where they would be like, can you come to my softball game? Yes, baby, I will be there. And they would literally, like, I would say, okay, I'm available from this time to this time. If you have something going on, let me know and I will be there. And I would drive to their softball games and their baseball games and their football games. I've seen more kids playing sports than I care to announce, you know what I'm saying? But I would do that. And I still will do it now, even though I don't, I'm not in a classroom anymore. I still have students that I still keep really good relationships with that want me to still show up because I've been consistent for them. I've been there, for this one lot back here is driving me nuts. But I've been consistent with them. And the thing is, that's all that relationship building, but it is always comical to me that they really think that I live at the school. And I'm like, nah, bruh. They also, I really didn't have as many problems with students once they got past the fact that, hey, you don't live at this school. It was getting parents to understand that the supplies are not free. That's the other thing that I really don't understand, why parents can't get past the whole, you still have to provide the supplies and what you provide is still not enough because there's a lot of them, only one of me. So that's another thing. But honestly, it just really boils down to people not understanding how public education really works. And listen, I would have loved it. I've had parents to give me like gift cards and put like specifically what they really wanted to give me. So I've had like Publix gift cards before, and one parent, she was like, well, I wasn't sure if I could buy you liquor, so I bought you the gift card and this is how you're gonna go get it. Like, this is what I'm suggesting, which I thought was great. I'm here for it. Now, I know that, so in some districts, like I will say the district that I used to work in, it was frowned upon for us to have alcohol and be seen with alcohol, even though it's not against the like the state rules and like expectations for teachers. Like we have, can't think of what they're called right now, but basically like standards that we have to like, that we should follow and, whatever. And so alcohol is like one of the things that we're not supposed to, partake in during school hours. And I'm like, okay, great. So if you buy it for me and give it to me, then, and I don't open it, then it's fine. If I put it in my car, which typically I would do that anyway, is put the stuff in my car, but people would really be like, I don't think I should have alcohol ever because I'm a teacher. And I'm like, let me tell you what I'm gonna do. One thing I'm gonna do is have a drink. And I'm not saying I'm gonna drink every day because I don't, but I'm not going to not have a drink if I'm out with my girlfriends or something and I want to and I'm grown. If I want a glass of wine, I'm gonna have a glass of wine because I'm grown. I don't know. And it's not even like, oh, you just want alcohol so bad, something like that. It's not that. It's why not? If I can't. I'm not saying that anyone has to don't want to come across that way, but I just feel like it's one of those things where it's so taboo. And that's really what it is. It's so taboo. People always are very like, oh, if you're a teacher, you can't do this. If you're a teacher, you can't do that. I'm like, no, I'm a person. I can do those things. I just can't do that when I am acting in the capacity of a teacher. Like when I'm in my teacher mode, with meaning on school grounds or on school premises or educational premises where I am monitoring or serving in the position, if I'm serving in the capacity of an educator or a teacher, then I should only do the things that are within those confines. But once I step outside that, once 4:30 hits and I leave the premises, I am no longer a teacher. Right? Like right now, I serve in the capacity of an instructional designer, but only on Monday through Friday from 9 to 5-ish am I serving in that capacity. Anything I do before 9 a.m. and after 5 p.m. and outside of Monday through Friday are all me and what I choose to do as an adult. Hello. Welcome to my rant about the foolishness, and I don't know, it's what we're here for, I guess. But yeah, like I always, like, the big thing is this: I'm constantly saying out loud on literally every platform, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, teaching is a job. And I really wish more teachers understood that. And I loathe with everything in me the whole teaching is a calling. No. And that's how they get y'all. Do it for the kids. Remember your why. Again, that's how they get y'all. That's how they gaslight y'all. It's not like all that. Any other profession, anytime, first of all, it's a contract. It's just a contract. There's limitations to that contract. It's a contract job that doesn't pay nearly what it should be paying because it's a female-dominated field. And let's keep it about, like, nobody's paying teacher. If all teachers were male, I'm going to say it and I mean it. If all teachers were men or it's a male-dominated field, the pay would be much higher. It would suddenly be more valued, but it's not. It used to be, though. Let's keep it, like, if you do your research, it actually used to be, and then it no longer was one, and we're pretty much stuck just about where it was when the men left. And now we're trying to be men back into the classroom, but it's not appealing because what man wants to go work for $30,000 a year? None that I know. So it's you. At the end of the day, there's just a lot wrong with the education system, and it's not all pay related. A lot of it is that the value that people, and I'm not even the first creator to say this, but a lot of the problems with education is that the value that people in society, and our lawmakers, our voters, it's not even lawmakers, the voters, place on education is so incredibly low, and the value that we place on public education is so low. The amount we're willing to invest in public education is so low, yet our expectations of educators is so incredibly high that the gap between the two is literally, it's you cannot cross it. it's such a gap that it's just impossible at this point to reach across. So we can't meet in the middle because we're all going to fall. There has to be a point where we just say, okay, enough is enough. Let's really start to work towards some alignment. We have to change. And that's one of the things that I purpose myself with, is being very transparent about the profession and being transparent about like why I left, what's going on, the realities of it. I'm not far from public school because I still have kids in public school. I very much am a supporter of public school, and I would honestly go back to teaching in a heartbeat. Like, I'm not even fronting. I loved being a teacher. I love it, love it, love it. But the politics behind it and the reality that, hey, in order to be a teacher, I have to literally give up being myself. That's just not worth it to me, because I personally happen to like myself, and I happen to like social media, and I happen to like taking pictures on vacation, and I happen to like being able to participate in the things that my family finds joy in. And another thing that teaching takes away is your time. Teaching takes away your time to do the things that your family has. Like right now, my son is playing travel ball. So if my son's like, their team is like, hey, we got a tournament in Florida, it's gonna be 3 days, I would have to take off time. I had to find a sub. It's a lot of stuff that goes on with that, right? If there's an emergency, I would y'all, I literally had a death in the family, and it was kind of like a crazy situation where I needed to be gone and go and support my family and be with my family. And instead of my administrators being like, hey, we'll assemble, we'll get your teaching team together, we'll figure it out, you have an emergency, go ahead. No, I was asked. Now, mind you, I just said I had a death in the family. It's very traumatic. Instead of them saying, hey, we'll support you in this, don't worry about it, just go handle it and we'll just figure it out. No. Can you create sub plans? I know you need to go. This was literally the response. I know you need to go. But can you, now mind you, I'm getting this call in the middle of the day. Can you create sub plans? Do you know how long you're going to be gone? Can you explain this? I'm in tears. Could you imagine you've received some really devastating news and you're being asked to, instead of leaving immediately to go and do what you need to do to take care of your family, can you create sub plans so that the substitute can know what to do in your absence? Imagine somebody coming to your job and telling you some of the craziest off the wall news, and then your boss or your manager coming in to say, before you go, I understand that you're in this really crazy state right now, but before you go, can you write down everything that you're going to need to be doing for the next few days? How long do you think you're going to need to recover from what you got going on? Oh, a week. Can you prepare your work ahead of time for an entire week and leave it here so that someone else can do it? Maybe while you're gone. Are we serious? But that's a real thing. Oh, if you're gonna have a baby, it's literally suggested if you want to start your family, that you should try to get pregnant so that the baby is born in the summer, so you don't have to take off. Because writing 6 to 9 weeks worth of sub plans, could you imagine? And yes, we do ask teachers who have their babies during the school year to provide 6 to 9 weeks worth of sub plans. 6 to 9 weeks worth of plans. So I can't account for a student that comes that's new, one that moves. I don't even know who's coming. I don't even know if you're going to have the same sub every single day for the entire time that I'm gone. But we will ask a teacher to do that. It is sickening. Like, that's wild. Oh, you're sick? I was sick during state testing one year. Had a high fever. It was really bad. Like, the situation was really bad. And they were like, oh, I had to call. So during state testing, because we're all certified to state test, you have to come. Like, you can only be gone, like, if it's going to be a dire emergency. Y'all, I literally had to explain, like, I have 104-degree temperature. I'm sick. I didn't plan to be sick. I can't get a doctor's appointment until halfway through the day today. What do you want me to do? So I called, let them know, and it was really like frowned upon. Then the next day, I still had a fever, still was sick as heck, and I went in. because I felt bad because it was state testing and I had called out. And it was doing stuff like that makes you go, like, this is not worth it. This is kind of crazy. This is asinine. Like, why am I doing that? Like, why is this something that I'm allowing myself to do when I would never do this? And the thing is, like, for me, I went to teaching after having worked in corporate and other professional settings and never had to do those things, and then went into a profession, and then literally within a couple years, like, my brain was like, oh, this is normal trauma. This is not normal trauma. Like, you have to think about what you're doing when you're a teacher. And again, this is stuff that we talk about, a little bit on our podcast. And we've had episodes before kind of talking about this, but this is just my perspective, that the trauma that you experience as a teacher kind of really goes through. Hi, hello. I was just looking at your, some recent videos from you. But you have to know, like, the stuff that you're dealing with and what you're going into. And I just think that, like, we get into teaching, especially the young teachers, y'all get into it and they wrap y'all quick, and then you don't even know you've been bamboozled until it's too late. And they really have you in there like, oh, it's amazing. This is the best thing in life. This is what I was made to do. No, baby, you were not made to be gaslit and abused at a job. That is not what you were born to do. And I don't know a single person that was made to make $35,000 a year and not be able to afford to literally breathe. Because no, that's not what we're going to be doing. No. Like one of my daughter's friends was like, yeah, I'm going to school to be a teacher. And I was like, girl, don't do that. Do not do that. She was so excited. And I really had to go on a bus her bubble. I was like, you'll never enjoy life. And y'all could be mad at me for saying that. I don't feel guilty. I really was like, let me give you the lowdown. If you can't afford to have kids, you can't afford to drive a nice car, you can't afford to go on vacation, you can't afford real groceries, and it's 2024. Groceries are 10 times the amount they were when we was coming up. You can't afford to breathe. Don't let nothing go on. You won't be able to afford to save any type of money. You're not going to be able to afford to pay them student loans, and you're going to have to work in an underserved school so they can just write off maybe $10,000 of your student loan debt, because you're going to have to take out student loans, and you're not going to be able to afford to get that master's degree that you're going to have to get in order to get a $10,000 raise that they're going to tax the crap out of because you're single filing zero, because you can't afford to get married, because you can't afford a wedding, because you're a teacher. And you sink all your money in school supplies and trying to be a Pinterest classroom. Make it make sense. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, I'm just trying to paint the picture. And I just don't think that people know for real what's going on. I don't think she changed her idea, though. I think she still wants to be a teacher. And you know what? When she becomes one, I am still wholeheartedly going to support her. However, part of me dies. You know what I'm saying? Like, part of me is going to be like, no, love, don't do it. Because I just don't think we should be encouraging kids to do that. I just don't. Because why is that something to aspire to be? Is that bad to say out loud? We shouldn't encourage our kids to aspire to be educators because educators are treated like trash. I don't know. But maybe let me just pose this question, or put it this way. If we want to encourage our kids to become educators, then maybe we should think about all that comes with being a teacher, being in education, and think, do we want that to be what our kids receive in the workplace? Because we keep forgetting this one simple statement, that the same place, the environment in which students learn, is the same environment in which teachers teach. We need to keep that like front of mind. The same place you send your kid to learn, that same place is the same place that those teachers are working. That's where they work. I work in the same place that your kid learns. So if it is toxic for me, and it is frustrating for me, and it is not enjoyable for me, and it's a job that is frustrating and micromanaged for me, or it's a toxic work environment for me, or the teacher is being abused, gaslit, and is literally on antidepressants, that is the same place that your student is expected to thrive. Tell me how those two things can happen in the same place. I'll wait. They don't think anyone's ever been able to explain that. So I'm just putting it out there. I feel like I'm just pointing out the obvious. If you want kids to go to a learning environment that is loving, that is healthy, then you have to also provide whatever adjectives you want to use to describe the place in which your students learn. That is the environment that we need to create for teachers to teach in, because the two locations are the exact same. Like, they're not even next to each other. They're literally in the same place. Like, the same address, the same location, the same room number, and the same people are in it. But the only difference is we don't ever check the people who govern that. We don't ever check the people who supposedly manage the teachers, or who are creating these frustrating workplaces. And if your teachers are frustrated and fed up and they're still teaching, what type of education are your students getting? Now, sure, many of us can push through, but remember that we're quitting in droves and teachers are getting younger and younger and younger and younger. The average age of teachers is going down, meaning the experience level of teachers is also going down. So remember that the next time that your 17-year-old senior is sitting in a classroom being taught by a 21-year-old. Let it sink in, because people don't think about that either. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but there's a lot wrong with that. There's just some things that should not be, yet they are, because we are in an age now, we're at a time now where your teacher, the person teaching your child, might not even be certified, because there's just not enough people who are certified. I just like to drop those nuggets, and that's really what I'm here for. Just want to drop those nuggets of, like, while y'all mad because the teacher got an ankle tattoo, she got a certification. The teacher with no tattoos, she don't have a tattoo because she's 19. Like, make it make sense. Like, y'all really be mad about the wrong stuff. And also, the last time I checked, the tattoo doesn't indicate whether my ability to teach or not is adequate. So, find something else to complain about, I think. Anyways, I'm going to jump off. I just wanted to come out here and complain and see what everybody was up to, and let y'all know that a new episode for the Real Teachers of Atlanta is coming on Monday. We are back into the studio this weekend, I think. And also, you can look for my work from home baddie fashion content in my vlog on my channel. So yeah, I got a lot going on. Yay. Anyways, y'all have a great night. Peace out.